Blows like a 12 gauge shot. And God takes this city once we got to follow the way. Follow me. My flesh, my flesh, come with me. Hail Mary, work with me. But you did it now. La, 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 la. I ain't a killer, but don't push it. Revenge fights, joy that can be pictures out of breath, unloaded. Wild words being quoted. Secret weakness in the rap game is loaded. Well, down, break down, open to that business. Leave niggas coming forward. Coming down into their business. Don't pay attention, listen, keep father. On the road, go to stand still, tell them it's that. My folks know the solitary mind of a man that is free. It all people look, get me, activate my hate. Let it break to the baby. That just get me out my clip. That's not the aim. Some things David don't come up and fuck this shit. Stuff niggas got to get this stuff out this shit. But I'm always going to never stop until I bust it out. Fuck the world and then the head shut. Hell, everything the one with me. Hold it right down. La 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 la. Come with me. Hell, everything the one with me. Hold it down. Hold it right down. La 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 la. Penitentiary, back on promise making. Never realized the rest of the big thing is place. Never knew to rise. I live my life with one day. Trouble, but the heart for it's mad. With a break, we all in the yes, brother. We all in the next door. Back to him and see. I hear you calling me like it's a phone. Hell, till I be still. I ain't scared. Gonna check it in my bedroom. I ain't there. I got a head with no truth in it. What can I do? One night to live, but I got that to lose. Just me and you. Going a long way since the prison. Selling drugs, we all wrapped up in the living. Like a thug. With my homeboys, they live fast. Doing they feel. Way down to the real shit. When they burn out the night, I'm there to go. The way it feels in my heart. Now, Hail Mary, in the mountain. Hail Mary, in the one quick deed. Yeah. For the body down. La 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 la. Come with me. Hail Mary, in the one quick deed. Yeah. For the body down. La 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 la. They gotta hate me. Excuse me. The whole scene and whatever's going on around me, brain kind of cloud. Broke down, feel around, ready to wet the party up. And whoever in that motherfucker there, blood of my heat, big trucks on the regular map, and in the solar.
Passing through the headphones. Okay.
And night the nigga to put you on the word is born. When I was broke, I had to hustle till dawn. That's when the sun came up. There's only one way up. Hold your head stay up. So all my niggas get the pay away. It's on, it's on. We break, breaks out for more paper chasing. With hate to the shit I know. God be the shit I gotta take. Hell of the day. Oh God, no more pain. If it's on, it's on. We break, breaks out for the paper chasing. With hate to the shit I know. God be the shit I gotta take. Hell of the day. Oh God, no more pain.
Good morning. Happy Moon Day. Happy Moon Day. So, I wanted to come and talk about death spells. Um, Very blatantly. I'm not going to sugarcoat anything. Today, this is High Priestess Jamila. Welcome to the channel. If you are new, hit that subscribe button. If you need to reach me for that work or readings, my links are below. So I could hear all of the questions in people's minds. I could hear you guys when I put up that coffin spell. And so I said, let me in the morning, I'm going to come and talk to them about that because there's a lot of people that don't quite understand um, the way karma works, actually. Okay. So, do you have to worry about karma from death spells? That's the first thing people are going to ask. Mainly, the reason why many of you guys have existing problems in your life that continue on and on and on, mainly the reason why is because you guys fear death, which coincidentally people fear change too, which is basically what death is. And so that's a very complicated question. Is there bad karma for doing death work? Well, the next question you have to ask yourself is, do they deserve it? Now, first of all, I want to say to all you people on YouTube this morning that was over your thumbs and down, I disabled the ratings because I realized that many of you guys are very paranoid and you probably thought that that spell was for you. You guys would not, there would be nobody on YouTube that would be worth that kind of spell work. So you can relax. But please believe that, you know, if you are an enemy of anybody, you're placing yourself in jeopardy for the same thing. So let's have a conversation about death spells and do they deserve it? Yes. Yes, they do deserve it. The answer is yes. If somebody does something so horrible to you, and it depends on what it was that they did, if somebody does something really, really horrible to you, and I'm going to give you guys several examples today of what would qualify a person to be, to have death magic on them. Okay. 1 second. I'm going to mute real quick. I want to get some more folks up in here, though. I should have more people watching. I wonder if YouTube is doing that weird shadow banning thing. It is 8 o'clock in the morning. That is a pretty interesting title. So I'm wondering if I just need a few more minutes for folks to get up in here. I don't know. Probably, I don't know. But let's talk about it because I'm not going to be here that long. It is time for me to relax for a little while because I've been up working. So, so we went through the karma thing. It would depend on what a person did to you, also what their intent is, also the environment that they are creating for you. Okay. And I don't want to say it that way because you do create your own environment, but some things are difficult to some things are really difficult to deal with, okay? Some things, some people just bring this energy of struggle, and we're going to talk about the different examples on if they deserve it. So let me give you one example. I'm trying to think of which one I want to start with. I want to start with the obvious. I want to start with the biggest one because this is probably what everybody is thinking about at this point. And so let's go ahead and address it. So let me give you an example. I'm gonna act this out, right? So let's say that you are a young girl, you're in your 20s, you're beautiful, you have your whole life ahead of you, and you're a heterosexual woman because you're attracted to men. Let's say that you have a aunt, uncle, mother, father, and you're in your 20s and they're still wondering why you want to date men. I guess it's so weird. I guess this is one of those weird things. I guess y'all can throw it around in your heads a little bit, think about it. But you have this conversation with this person, and they ask you, they say, "Oh, why do you like this person?" And you're like, "Well, I like the way they smell. I like the way they kiss me. I like the way they touch me. Um, and keep in mind that you can tell that there are some people that don't like to hear about sex, and you're at the wrong channel. You are totally in the wrong place, honey. No, 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 no. I'm sorry. You need to, you might as well just, okay. But you have this conversation. They're like, oh, that sounds so nice. You find out that they've went and told the person that you like that you're a hoe, or they went and purposely turned this person against you. And then you go to that person and you confront them and you say, what is this? And they say, oh, girl, you don't need no man anyway. So you in your 20s. So after this starts happening over and over again, where you have someone purposely destroying your love life, literally turning people against you. Now, many of you guys probably don't care about this until you probably get into your 30s or 40s. Some of y'all do care in your 20s. I know that for me, I didn't care when I was in my 20s. I did start to care in my 30s. But when you actually really genuinely fall in love with somebody and they purposely do things to tear you apart with that person, it feels like your heart is getting ready to explode. It feels like you can't breathe. It feels like your heart is being ripped out of your chest. Sometimes you might feel suicidal, depending on how many times this has happened to you. Sometimes you feel really hurt because that is one of the most devastating things is, and this is one of the reasons why I myself don't introduce people to family for a reason. For a reason. So a person that over and over again, they're constantly trying to manipulate your love life is trying to kill you. Oh yeah, they're trying to kill you. Okay. And you can even feel it when they are trying to place you into bondage, somebody that's trying to control your love life. And part of the reason why either your aunt, your uncle, your mother, your father, or your grandfather, your grandmother would do some shit like that to you is because they done sold your vagina to a demon. So you're never allowed to have love in your life, according to these people. You're never allowed to have love, and you are to be alone for some odd reason. No one understands why. I know that with my sick narcissistic parents, it was because their relationship didn't work out. Okay. Now, for some of you, it could be different reasons. Somebody that purposely manipulates your love life, because you know that, I mean, what they do is, oh, you know, that person is bad. He's, oh, he's such a bad person, or either she's such a bad person, or, you know, oh, well, you shouldn't do that. And while they're telling you not to mess with him, somehow they're trying to tell him. And these days, what your family members do is they take to Facebook. That's how they get in there now. So they they electronically harassing people. You know what I'm saying? Sending me messages and stuff, putting ideas in people's head. They don't never have to meet them, even though some of them will go that far. But you know what I'm saying? Just, you know, and let's say that that person refused to stop ever, and let's say that you just so happen to really fall in love with a person, and somehow unfairly, anybody, it don't have to be your parents, it can be a fucking friend of me, it can be your fucking sister or your brother, and you really truly love this person, and then you haven't seen that person because of the negative shit that they were getting. And knowing the history of your relationships, remembering the other men that you dealt with, and the stress and the burden that was constantly put on him, on the other men, by these people who are purposely driving love away from you, which statistically, people that are sexually active, they are healthier, they are happier. Okay. So let's say that you're a woman and you've got brothers, sisters, mother, cousin, all that bullshit, right? And they are purposely doing things to cause you to not have a support system at all. Let's say that was happening to you. Let's say that you wanted a partner in your life because you needed things. You know what I'm saying? You needed their body, you needed their support, you need their protection. And let's say that that shit was snatched away from you for that very same reason. Let's just say hypothetically. Okay? And let's say that not only for all you married ladies out there, not only were you in love, because some of the married women are actually in love with their husbands. Let's say that you're in love with them, like you literally worship the ground that they walk on. And y'all know how that is. Okay. Y'all know how that is when you in love. Y'all start to worship each other. You know what I'm saying? It's a very deep connection, and you love this person, and you don't want to do nothing but spend time with this person. You don't feel right when you're not around this person. And then that same person, or those same people, I'm sorry, those same people, you know, as soon as you fall in love, it's Q Becky, and literally will do stuff in reverse. Yes. Okay. Let's say that that consistently was happening to you, and let's say that you knew the source of that evil. Now, are you going to, for the rest of your life, continue to allow this to happen? I wouldn't, because guess what? They're making your life harder, because they're making sure that you don't have any support system, is number one. They are also placing you at risk of heart disease, because anytime, and I'm going to talk to y'all about witches and witchcraft, because every fucking single time you do those heart bindings and those closings, you are trying to shut down people's heart chakra. So people that do that shit, I'm gonna tell y'all something. I don't care what you do in magic, when you are purposely manipulating somebody's love life over and over again. And you're doing all these spells to isolate them. And, you're literally making sure that they go through this heartbreak. You are trying to kill them because a person can only take so much. Okay. So, do they deserve death magic? Yes. Yes, they do. And it is okay to ask spirit to kill them. Because guess what? A life without love is no fucking life at all. Hello? I don't give a shit what y'all talking about. A life without love. Somebody try to really, like, okay, I'm not talking about just an isolated fucking incident. I'm talking about literally, and y'all know that if some of our mammies and pappies wasn't doing all that goddamn spiritual work, the shit wouldn't be crash and burn. Okay, you may have a hard time with a person and y'all may break up, but it don't be no damn bridges burning down and folks getting shot the fuck up. Y'all don't see that something is wrong with that? Number one, why are we threatening to kill each other? Where's all the hatred? So a person that does that to you, you are entitled to ask for spirit to kill them. I'm not talking about just one isolated incident. I'm talking about your entire fucking life. I'm talking about your entire fucking life. This is the same thing that has consistently happened over and over again. And literally the men that are involved, they're just, they don't, they find out quickly that they don't matter. They find out quickly, seriously. Okay? Because when you got this kind of shit going on, when they realize that it is successfully destroyed, then they don't give a fuck no more. But then they keep watching, and then that's when they get to watching what you're doing and shit like that. A person that does that to you, in my opinion, if you are a person that is strong in your magic, you can absolutely kill them with magic. And I say go for it. Because guess what? They may not actually die. Okay? They may not actually die, but what they're doing, it's complicated. I'm not going to really go into that. Let's just stick with the death thing. They're going to die. Let's put it like that. That person's going to die. Something fucked up is going to happen. I ain't did no death magic in like 6 years, and the last time I did that shit, I fucked some people up. Okay? Then, so yeah, you absolutely are deserving of that, especially if they are affecting you in other ways. Trying to completely destroy everything that you have to boot, to boot. Okay, which means also as well. Yeah, and we hoping they die. We praying every single day that they die. Now I know that yesterday I was talking about love and light, but I had to spring this on y'all because this is truth. You have got to say, fuck this. I'm taking my life back. And the only way I'm going to do that is if this person is not here on this earth anymore. Because many of you guys, what you'll do, and that person is hoping that you do that because they don't pretty much care about their life. Because I'm going to be honest with you. I know some women that will kill you over their man. And I don't blame them one bit. I don't blame those women one bit for wanting to murder somebody over their man. And I'm sick and tired of people running around here acting as if you just supposed to sit up here and fucking let that shit go. Nah, nah. You know what you say to spirit? You say, Spirit, I have not had sex in almost a month. Somebody got to die. I look, I'm sorry, guys. Today is fucking Moody Monday, and I know a lot of y'all are getting it, but then some of y'all really ain't. Because guess what? All that struggle, all that poverty, man, and you know what? Everything that you went through back then led you up to this point. So you don't really have to worry about all that bullshit in the past. We're talking about the here and the now and what is happening. Okay. And what I can tell you is that if you contact me and you show me that somebody has purposely done something to you, I will do death magic on that person. Now I can't promise that they're gonna die, but I can promise you that something gonna happen to them. Okay, and that's just real. You know what? I'm gonna tell you something. There used to be a time, and I'm glad we don't live in those times anymore. But what is so sad about it is that we have evolved from those times, but there are people with this ratchet hatred. And if you're sitting up there messing with somebody's heart chakra, you deserve to die. You couldn't even possibly imagine how it feels to be hurt in that way. It's unimaginable, unthinkable pain that a person goes through. And for you to purposely and fucking deliberately do things and say things and try to facilitate hatred between lovers, you are at risk of dying. If that person does death magic on you and they know who you are and you blatantly doing it out in the fucking open like a fool, they can write down your damn number. Let's not even talk about the lovers. Let's talk about the friends, the people that came in and out of your life because they were eliminated and you were told that it wasn't good to be friends with anybody outside of the family. Uh-huh. What about all of that? What about the limitations and the limited choices because you were limited between that thing? How about, your career has been affected by the same shit? How about that person trying to fuck with your love life and your money? You think being out on the streets is fun? Y'all think that's a fucking adventure? No, it ain't fun and it ain't no adventure. Okay? So, somebody that messes with your money and your man or your mate, you have the right to do death magic on them. Yes, you do. Okay? And I'm talking about but it can't come from a place of it got to come from a place of love, man. You got to I don't think you should do that for somebody that you don't love, but I think that people know perfectly well what I'm talking about. Okay? Yes, you can do death magic on your parents. Fuck them. If your parents are narcissistic and they're malignant narcissists and they are doing things to hurt you, I would absolutely put them in the coffin. Yeah, I would. Tired of this shit. When you get tired, you get tired. Bringing peace and closure. to a situation. Death spells can be used for that, bringing peace. They're actually very peaceful. Death spells are, they're very peaceful. That one that I did, I'm going to go and bury it in the graveyard. You get tired of hurting, you get tired of struggling, and you just going to have to lay all that to rest. And spirit will do it for you because spirit already want to do it for you. In fact, if you a witch, you heard the whispering. It's not, I'm not talking about a fucking voice in the ear, y'all. People that don't know anything about magic or spirit, they just, when we say certain things, they don't know. But when you hear the whispering of spirit that says, we're gonna go and let you sacrifice that. And, if they come to you and be like, I'm gonna do a death spell on you, hi, I'd say to them, honey, my spells work and yours don't. That's what I would say to them. Because guess what? They've also been sending death magic to you. And you know what? They're not just attacking your heart chakra when you're with somebody. They're attacking your heart chakra all the time. And it only takes that moment where you're not guarded or where you may have that weak moment for that energy to get in. And then the next thing you know, you at the hospital, you feeling like you're going to die. You feel like bad energy is coming to you. So if spirit tells you to kill somebody, that means they trying to kill you. That's the truth. And you know what? I'm just being as blatant as possible. Okay. Listen, nobody has the right to take every fucking element of your life and try to destroy it just because they're fucking mad at you. And to do it long term, I'm talking about your whole life. Oh, they got to go. Ask spirit on a daily basis to put that motherfucker in the ground. Because guess what? They don't like their life too much, do they? I'm talking to y'all about how spirit sees it. Okay. I'm talking to y'all about how spirit sees this. And see, I've been working with some spirits here. Now I'm gonna tell you right now. Sometimes you gotta stay out of it. Because some people deserve that work. And they gonna get it. I'm telling you, probably after about I think that the main thing that you guys complain about is your mother fucking up your love life, sleeping with your men, do a death spell on her, your fathers, your sisters, your brothers, your cousins, your uncles, sometimes even grandma and grandpa. Okay, but literally what we're dealing with right now is primarily it's an epidemic of horrific mother-daughter relationships. And you got your people out there talking about, oh, love and light. I feel that you can heal. Get the fuck out of here. You know what? If you listen to some of these people out here talking about that love and light shit, you ain't gonna never have nothing and you ain't gonna never hold on to nothing. That's the problem. Y'all get money, but it slips through your damn hands. You get people, but they slip through your hands. And then especially when like if I were to find out that somebody was talking to my husband about me, see that y'all got to understand the dark goddess. Okay. And the dark goddess is not a lesbian. Okay. She wasn't, she had men. So when she senses that and sees that, you got to understand what it is. That's one of those things, listen, especially if women should have, a little bit more, what's the word that I'm looking for? Respect for one another. I feel that a person that is that miserable, that they target this one person, I feel that that person doesn't deserve the air that they breathe. I feel like they are a waste of air. I feel like they are a waste of time every single time they come around. So there's a lot of people that are deserving of those death spells. We're not going to sit up here and do it to all of them. You don't even have to be honest with you. But I would, now, here's what y'all are thinking. Y'all thinking, damn, that's cold. She talking about killing her her parents, her mother, her father with death magic. What? She's crazy. Oh my God, I can't believe that. Oh my God. Oh, you're being gaslighted by a spirit because some of your parents don't care about you. They're, in fact, some of y'all parents was like enemies and rivals in y'all previous life. Somehow manifested as your mother or father. So a lot of people would say that, but guess what? A parent that does that to you has an agenda for you. That's why they don't want anybody to love you. That's why they work extra hard to get people to hate you. Okay. And you've got to understand that you have to start putting yourself before others sometimes, especially empaths, because they are knocking y'all off like flies. They are over flooding you guys with this negative energy, negative frequencies, black magic. They're trying to kill you. Okay. And you have to take that seriously because one day you're going to look up when you are the same. You're going to look up one day and you're going to say, why in the hell did I let that happen? You're going to look up one day and you're going to say, why did I lay down and let this happen? And you'll regret not doing it sooner. Okay. You'll regret not doing it sooner. And I know that a lot of your elders and people around you, even people your age, they trying to use that medical witchcraft on you. But you know what? Either you gonna have or you gonna have not. Which one? Let's say that you have been dreaming of a rich husband your whole life. I'm talking about rich, but down to earth, good in bed, loving, compassionate, but you're a person that has a person, and this could be your ex. So another example is your ex as well. You could have a person from your past that you were not meant to be with, and you wanted a man that was spiritually blessed. You didn't want somebody that lived within a curse every day of their life. You didn't want that. And so you moved on, right? And you met this person, and this person was in love with you. But then your ex walks up to him and tells him a bunch of lies about you, and he believes it. And he dumps you. Not only dumps you, but they've been using black magic also because somebody talking don't just help. It's got to be some kind of magic behind it. And it's very weak magic to have to go and lie because you set yourself up for even more karma. Lying is one of the most horrible things. One of the most offensive things in the universe is a lie. So they have to put black magic behind it. So not only that did they do that, but they put black magic behind it. And, you're, either working towards moving in together, or you live in his mansion and he comes home one night and he tells you to get the fuck out of his house, throws you out into the streets, broke, with nothing. You gonna tell me that that person that facilitated that bullshit don't deserve death magic on them? You must be crazy or not care too much about yourself. Because I know I heard a couple of people after I put up that video, and they were kind of like, "Oh, nobody deserves that." No, you do. um, that's one of the reasons why people commit crimes of passion. But instead of committing a crime of passion, maybe you should, do something else. You know, and so let's say that. Let me think of another thing. If somebody rapes your baby or your child, they deserve death magic. So if somebody rapes a child, you can do death magic on them, whether or not it's a male or a female. Okay. Um, Spirit ain't really killing people for that, which is gonna be coming up soon. Let's say somebody stole $10,000 from you. Let's say you had 10 grand and somebody just stole it from you. And a week later, you can't even feed your family. Hmm. That person deserves death magic on them because they stole from you. They caused suffering. They placed your family in danger. Let's say that that person stole $10,000 from you a whole bunch of times. They just kept stealing from you over and over and over and over and over again. Because thieves, they exist. Spiritual thieves exist. They do. You think that what you think? Um, you don't have no decent shoes to put on your feet. You don't have no decent clothes to wear. Your health is failing because you can't eat properly all the time. Sounds like a candidate for death work to me. Let's say you having that kind of struggle and somebody keeps creating that struggle. I would do death magic on them. And I wouldn't feel bad about it either. I think that's the main thing that gets people about death magic is that they feel bad, especially very empathic people. But you can't be so empathic that you don't protect yourself. Now, 9 times out of 10, what you're going to kill is a demon. You're not going to actually kill the person. You may just kill the demon. So you may actually be helping that person. But it just really depends on what the relationship is between the person and that demon. Depends. So if you've got, and it also depends on what's in the other person's head. I don't know if people know much about death magic. I don't do it all the time, but I think that at the end of the day, when you, and yes, we are evolved. Yes, we are. But there are some people that can create tragedy, trauma in your life. And however way that they do it, it doesn't matter. You know what I'm saying? So, so death magic, things like rape, stealing, um, If somebody cuts one of your limbs off or something, or or you know what I'm saying, just does something to you, does extensive bodily harm to you to the point where you're losing your limbs and stuff. A lot of people blame it on sugar, diabetes and stuff. I'm talking about losing limbs. But I'm talking about, another person make us, because we can talk about demons and spirits, but human beings do have free will. So I think for that spirit to not actually come and take that person, they would have to prove that they were under some kind of duress. And trust me, not too many people can prove that. Probably not even 1%. You make a decision and a choice to be cruel and evil to another person and cause pain and suffering in their lives for an extended amount of time, they have the right to take your life force to make up for what you've taken from them. And that demon that preceded over that whole situation will help give that person back their energy. That you know what I'm saying, that you've been causing them. You may not have been purposely stealing energy, but you were doing evil things, and that demon was in the background stealing the energy, and the person could see the demon and said, hey, what's going on? Especially depending on what where your spiritual knowledge is and where you rank yourself. So you can contact that demon, and you can say, yeah, this person has been doing this and waze woo woo to me, and it's been for an extended amount of time, and there was a great deal of life force energy, and a lot of energy had to be used for that. Um, and I want that back. I'm gonna have to take that back. You can do that. So, I think that it always boils down to it. Now, if you are scared of somebody doing death magic on you, then you probably need to reevaluate. Just saying. Maybe perhaps you've done something horrible to somebody. Okay. Now, some of you just end up getting tormented when you do things like that. And it doesn't matter how much you LOL and ha ha, he he, kiki, kaka. Mm-mm. You are suffering. Okay. Period. And, there are people that can cause a great deal of suffering. And literally, there's been a lot of people that have been given chance after chance after chance after chance after chance after chance, but they don't never take those chances to leave you alone. So for if somebody is stalking you, um, trailing behind you, mm, and trailing behind you, bothering you, being totally ridiculous, wasting their life, what's the point in them being here? You have the right to determine that. So I do perform death spells for people. I don't mind doing it. I'm not scared of doing it. No, it's not going to make me sick if I do it. Ooh, that's going to make us sick. No, it ain't. You got to be careful out here when you are using someone's energy, or when you are making a mockery out of people. Mocking somebody. I tell people all the time, please don't mock me, please, Lord. I have people doing it every single day. I talk to spirit about it. Please, just please let it stop. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, mocking somebody, if you're bullying somebody, Person has the right to do death magic on you because bullies are absolutely doing death magic on you. Hence, all of the um, all of the children and the adults that commit suicide while being bullied. You think you'd have to worry about bad karma when somebody has hurt you to the point of no return? What's up, Jay Hoskins? How y'all doing? Let's see how we doing on the ratings here. Not that I give a damn. I'm just curious as to where folks is at. I want to see how many scared people is out there because they scared. And you know what, you should be, because you took advantage of people. And if you are afraid of being somebody that's going to have death magic used against you, then maybe you should change your ways. Okay, maybe you should change your ways, hon. Okay, let me see if I got my ratings. Know why they held your comment. Good morning, Bobby. How are you doing today? What's up with it? Shit. And you know what? What the hell? I'm wondering. There we go. All of them are set to allow live chat replay. That's weird. Some of the ones that I do on here on with the StreamYard, some of them you don't see the chat replay. uh we got 11 thumbs down. I'm sorry. Why y'all thumbsing it down though? Why you so upset though? Y'all care to share? Hey, y'all hit the thumbs up while you at it. Y'all care to share about what the thumbs downs are about? Is it something that bothers you about the truth? Shit, some people do some shit. I'd rather just do death magic on them. Fuck a curse. You seriously. Like, and I've learned that with like, looking back, especially with some of my clients and the folks that they was dealing with and shit, instead of doing some of the other stuff that I did, I wish I would have just gone ahead and ordered a coffin, made me a poppet. People messing with your love life. Oh my God, that's why so many women got fibroid tumors and infertility and gray hair. Women are growing gray hair in their 20s these days. And you're going to purposely mess with somebody's sexual hormones. Not only that, oh, I'm going to give you another example. Fuck with somebody's fertility, send fertility, anti-fertility spells to them, try to mess with their womb. You may deserve a death spell. Depends on who you're doing it on. And you know what? I would be very careful and consult with goddess before I did anything to a woman. Okay, seriously. But you know, people have to learn respect. And if they don't learn it at some point in their life, then they're gonna learn it at the end of their life. That's typically when people learn all their lessons, is right at the end. And a person that is dying, distraught, that's they're praying for death anyway, to be honest with you. They want to die. That's why they're doing things to you to make you want to, harm them. And especially if you are in the narcissist regime and you've had certain somebodies constantly pushing your lovers away, you like, damn, But goddamn, I should be laying up making love right now. What the fuck? Oh, we gotta do something about this. And a lot of y'all are thinking, a lot of y'all will say the people that thumbs it down, they don't like love or sex. They don't like it. That's why they thumbs it down. They don't like it. And you just like, you know, I'm trying to make sure that my root chakra stays in perfect condition. And and so basically they're setting you up for all kind of heart problems and stuff. And that's why many of y'all that have that kind of situation where people nosy is, oh, I can't fucking stand nosy people. Can't fucking stand it. I don't like nosy people, man. You can get in somebody else's goddamn business, but stay the hell up out of mine. There are certain pet peeves that I have, shit that gets on my nerve. I can't stand people with a microscope and a stethoscope and a telescope and a goddamn what's that damn thing? Um a speculum, peering inside of your uterus trying to test the sperm to see who's. I don't like that. Stay out of my uterus. My sex life is actually very private unless I decide to share it with you. Otherwise, you need to not worry about it. I don't like people that do things like that. I don't like it at all. Especially if when I think that's the first thing that I miss about a person is the sex. And you sitting up there like I could be like literally laid up just in a zone. You know what I'm saying? Like, is that deep for me? And I'm sorry, there's a lot of people out there that, they will not give a shit, and many people don't. And I'm telling you, that's a fucking mistake. You need to strike back against people that fuck with your love life with an iron fist. A woman chasing after all of your men, maybe, maybe. I think I want to keep somebody like that around though, and just educate the men in my life about that person. And, you know what I'm saying? So and you want to test the waters and see if he'd actually go for that shit. 9 times out of 10, they would. I wouldn't leave my man for that reason, but I would go on and throw her in that coffin too. I think that as a witch, every other witch should know not to fuck with your husband or your man, or you will put her where she belongs. And a lot of people will say, "Oh, but it's a sisterhood. It's a sisterhood." And you know what? He was cheating anyway. Hmm. Right, right. I've seen women lure men away. I've done it myself. I've lured men to me. So that's total bullshit. If he's a player, he probably ain't gonna like, he probably gonna be kind of upset at you. That's why it's hard for men to be with a witch or a psychic because we know when they about to do something before they even do it sometimes. And if you a player, you probably gonna fight a witch on that because you don't want to surrender to her will. Eventually they will, though. I want to say that to all you women out there that are you know that are in love. Eventually they will submit to your demands, but we're not talking about that. We're talking about people that all day every day focused on you, and they're not working for you. They're actually working against you. It'd be different if they worked for you. Nah, they working against you. Okay, and I'm not talking about folk talking shit in social media. I'm talking about the real people behind the scenes that's working against you, that's doing shit. You know, what I tell to my clients now is that if they get somebody that gets breakup work done on them, because not only will these women or these witches or warlocks or men, they'll do work to not only mess with your man, but they'll mess with your money at the same time. Okay. So, I'm going to start recommending coffin spells for my clients when somebody does that. Okay. And I'll be doing it for myself anytime I even smell that you have done any kind of breakup work, manipulation work on any of my situation with my children, with anything. I will ask spirit to take you off of this earth because you're doing too much. And I'm talking about, I don't even want one. I don't, you know what? When I get married, I don't even want that nigga to come home without a smile on his face. He better come in every day and hug me and scoop me up and carry me to the bedroom. I bet not catch no, and a lot of you women, and you know what? Marie Laveau was the same exact way. She was the same exact way. But everybody loved her and trusted her because they should have, because she was very powerful and she helped people, a lot of people. Marie Laveau actually helped more people than she harmed. Okay, and she did harm some people. Marie Laveau has killed some people. She practiced necromancy, and including in necromancy, yeah, in necromancy you can perform death magic, even though that's not what it's all about. Necromancy, is other things, but it's a lot deeper than that. Necromancers, they do definitely have some access to some very powerful shit when you tap into necromancy, and everybody can't handle it. Everybody can't handle it because, you know, they'll let their conscience get to them. And for something like that, you think that I'm going to give a shit about another person that's trying to harm me more than myself? A lot of y'all will come to me and y'all say, Jamila, I don't want to do that because that person might be able to give me bad karma after they done slept with your husband, slapped your child, stole your money, and you, first of all, if somebody do you wrong, you don't have no reason to be scared of them. You don't. And if somebody do you wrong, you you think that you got to worry about it if somebody do you wrong? Like, that's what I'm talking about. Maybe that person can wake up in the morning one day and actually appreciate their life. Maybe that's what they can do. So maybe it'll help them. But I don't know why this guy keeps calling me. And you know what? My spirits know exactly who you are, dude. Quit calling me. So, I mean, when it comes to that, um, a lot of people were saying, ooh, it's going to be some bad karma. Ooh, nah, nah, no. In fact, you're going to get rewarded for your patience and the patience that you've shown for years, especially if, oh my God, it's especially if you got somebody long term doing something, abusing you, doing something. You you have been patient with that situation there. You have been very patient. You have been nice, and at some point, and especially, okay, when it comes to witches, throwing magic and shit at you, man, I'm telling you, witches can sometimes be a little bit more craftier at it. But to be honest with you, well, they can tend to be more protected than the average person. but not too much. That's why you gotta be careful about the cases that you take for others. That's why a lot of witches don't do work for other people. You know what I'm saying? So I do work for other people, and I'm tired of seeing people hurt. I'm tired of seeing y'all hurt. Tired of seeing y'all get done wrong. You know what I'm saying? And like, I know that this is an exact contrast of what we talked about yesterday and the very uplifting message. But you've got to understand that dark magic is dark magic and it is necessary. Black magic is necessary. If you don't do it, your whole life will be gone. Do you understand me? They will take your whole fucking life. Some of y'all are in y'all 40s. And why do y'all keep introducing these people to y'all family members if you can help it at all? Don't do that because they just gonna do the same damn thing, and then he's probably gonna do the same damn thing. So I don't know why y'all keep mixing. That's mixed company. So I don't know what's wrong with people, and then they wonder what's wrong with them and what's wrong with their lives because for some reason, because me personally, I don't hang out with anybody in my family except for my children. I don't live by my family. I don't talk to anybody in my family. I prefer it that way because I have a really difficult time trusting the people in my family because of the fact that they sat back and witnessed my mental abuse from my mother for years, and they've been witnessing it now. Okay, and the things that I've been put through consistently. So many of you guys have seen firsthand. So, and when I do readings for you guys, there's definitely, you guys are definitely being manipulated heavily, and unfortunately, it's by the people that you think that you can love and trust the most. As a child, you were born with so many possibilities in life and gifts and energy. And, by the time you get in your 30s or 40s, if your spirit is being destroyed, your body is being destroyed, and your mind is being destroyed. And, you look at other people in contrast, and they have a very loving situation. Okay. They have a very loving situation. Kind of like with my children have a mother that loves them, so they won't have that struggle in their lives. They won't because of their mother's energy. If you had a mother or a father that followed you around, that was contacting people, literally caused a ripple effect, butterfly effect in your life, and wouldn't stop. Even in the year 2020, they wouldn't stop. What would you do? You're going to have to choose either your life or theirs. And then you'll say, well, it's not so bad. I can just live with my mother the rest of my life and not have anything and never do anything. And this is for those of you that have, people that are not just your mother, but people around you that are trying to purposely handicap you. Okay. And so that you can be codependent instead of you going off and having this life where you're out sipping lemonade, playing golf, playing basketball, going swimming, whatever it is that you enjoy doing. Instead, you are either supposed to be alone or either with them, replacing their husband or their wife. And you tell me how many of y'all are going to go. There's some people that would go for that. Some people would say, hey, and to be honest with you, some people would go for it because it's a free ride. I ain't got to pay all that rent and bills and stuff. I ain't got to pay no light bill, no gas bill. Okay. Nah, there are some people that want a life of their own. They want a life of their own. They want a happy life. They don't want to be around a bunch of miserable people all day, every day, being miserable. Because we know that, when you're around a bunch of miserable people, what ends up happening? You become miserable too. And then, what's really sad is when you have to sit back and, your whole life. And see, that is one of the reasons why they didn't want you in contact with people on the outside, was because, you're going to realize that there's so many things that you can do in this life. And, they just, that's a cult. Many of us grew up, many people act and behave like cults. I don't understand it. This is not a cult over here. Just by the way, guys, I'm not a cult leader. Mm-mm. Nah. This ain't got nothing to do with cult or culture or anything. This is all raw spirituality. Okay. So at the end of the day, you have the right to take your life back. Can you imagine every single day having to struggle, having to pull water out of a potato, trying to squeeze blood out of a turnip? And I know for a fact that some of y'all, you have people that are doing work on you every new moon and every full moon. Yes, they are, for whatever reason that they feel that they need to do it. Okay. And you have to take your life back, because otherwise, and yeah, the rhetoric when you were in your 30s was that you were too old, so you might as well just, be um, a house mammy or your mammy. That's what they want you to be, and broke at the same time. Broke at the same time. That's what they want you to be, and they keep putting magic on you, years and years, for years and years and years, and you're just battling. When is what's the end game? I tell you what the fucking end game is. Okay, I tell you what the end game is, and don't go doing death magic on somebody that ain't got no power to hurt you. Because a lot of these people out here in social media, she's talking about me. Oh God, no, I'm not talking about you. Um, but so this would be something for somebody that you know actually, this person probably has an agenda against you. And stalking is not just coming to somebody's house or calling them. Stalking, you can spiritually stalk somebody by constantly thinking about them. Like just constantly, like you just constantly thinking and talking and da 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 da. Especially if the person is a telepath, they can hear you. And it's kind of like, my goddess, why? Somebody was in here yesterday and they were like, is my ex finally gonna leave me alone? Oh God, probably not. Now, again, we're not evil over here, you know, but when a person is causing so much difficulty in everybody's lives, I mean, I think that sometimes, and you know what, I'm not speaking out of hurt either. Just to let you guys know, my healing candle just got done. So I'm not speaking out of hurt or emotion. I'm just speaking for real. You know, not just your love life, but they coming for your money too. And your status and your crown. Okay. So you gotta ask yourself, who are you? You know what I'm saying? And what are you going to do? Because those people will continue to create struggle, and you'll just be in and out of these cycles of struggle your entire life. I don't like people that cause me struggle. I have a problem with them. I have a serious problem with people that cause me burden and struggle. I don't like it. I don't like it at all. I have a serious disdain for that. Okay. So I'd rather say rest in peace than to continue to struggle under that kind of energy, because you already know that it's going to come down between you and that other person. Because after you've been doing this spiritual tug of war for so long, I mean, my God, it's time to let it go to rest. And hopefully, it doesn't result in somebody having to die, actually. But if it's a situation that needs to die, okay, or if it's or if it's an energy, sometimes situations, like I said, they can create phantasms, okay. And so it's important, especially if somebody makes a conscious choice, and I'm talking about to do something long term. I'm talking about it never stops, and they just seem to. I hate it when people act like a ghost, just appear. You know what I'm saying? I don't like that. I don't like that, especially if I've dismissed you, if I've told you to get the fuck away from me, and you stalking me anyway. Now, that's not that bad, to be honest with you. To be honest with you, but I think that there's other things that you need to look at, and those are the principles. Okay, I call them principles. Those are the people that I think that they either think they're your handlers or some bullshit like that. I don't know where the hell these people get this crap from, but spirit gonna show them the truth and the light. Y'all that run around here, and especially people that I'm telling y'all, stop doing that. There's a lot of things that people are accustomed to doing, and you know what I'm saying? And there's certain things that it's probably a good idea to stay away from those things and stop doing those things. Probably a very good idea. Hey, TT, I didn't even see you. Good morning. Good morning, TT. So, um, the energies, in my opinion, now, if somebody is suffering every single day of their life and they come to you and they constantly project that suffering onto you, how valuable do you think that that person's life is? Think about it. A person wakes up every single day to worry about you all day, every day. Okay. How much do you think that person's life is worth? Not much. Not much. So to be honest with you, there are all sorts of deities and entities and demons that will surely be glad to drag that person to the hell where they belong. And you have a right. You have a biological and a spiritual right. That's what I'm saying to y'all today. then you'll be able to, run through the field of daisies and just be able to sit back and gaze at rainbows and shit. Don't nobody want to be art. And then especially when here's nothing. People causing way too many damn disharmony and discord. Spirit taking care of those people. People that just sit back and they just cause chaos and shit all goddamn time. Everybody else looking at them like they done lost their damn mind. Like, why can't this person just calm the fuck down? Ever. Okay, because what they're doing is they are making people sick. People's hormones is going up and down. There's men in their 20s who are having erectile dysfunction. And they tell us, well, sex is evil anyway. Well, that's your fucking opinion. Hey, what's up, Dazzle that Tarot? That's funny. That reminds me of something that used to make me laugh a lot. Dazzle that Tarot. Hey, good morning. Anyway, that's just where it is. But I don't think that you should just, if somebody like if your boyfriend break up with you, I wouldn't do no death magic on him because you might that might mess you up. I wouldn't do no death magic on something like that unless your boyfriend bit a chunk out of your face or something, or beat you up, or stole something from you, or raped your kid, or you know. But if it's just one occurrence, but goddamn, 30 something years, 40 something years for the same thing, or even 10 years, a year, a month. I don't even want nobody to take a whole month. I think that I think that we ought to be so zero tolerant about this that we just give them one day, and the next day, you know what I'm saying? If they still up to no good, and I'm not talking about people making a YouTube video. I ain't talking about that shit. I'm talking about the people that are sitting at home and they got skulls and shit. They, pouring salt on lemons and goddamn using hot foot powder on you, and just and just doing all kind of stuff, and then you start to say, hey, yeah, people doing things like that, you know. Okay, so this is one of the reasons why I'd rather do death magic than to do magic to mess with somebody's money. When you mess with somebody's finances and their money, you're messing with their livelihood. So, for example, if you cause somebody to lose a job that's 150,000 a year, and they have to take a job paying 50,000 a year, they were healthy, they were happy, they were eating good, okay, eating healthy, okay, eating organic, eating farm raised meat, and that person had to go from making 150,000 to 50,000, and now they have to eat ramen noodles and those little Vienna sausages. I'm being sarcastic, but let's say that happened, and then that person's health started failing, and then that person, naturally you start eating more sodium. You know what I'm saying? And that person's health, and like 30 something years of that person's life, and that's if they don't recover from that. That's if they don't recover. I think that you guys have to understand that once you deal with something like that and then you recover, what the next step is. Okay. So if you actually go through some shit and then you actually make out of it good, what's the next step? Okay. But, that's going to possibly cut down your lifespan. So that's why people shouldn't be fucking with people money at all. Okay. Thank you, sweetie. Can you hit that thumbs up for me? I appreciate it. Dazzle that tarot. I appreciate it. Yeah. So, I think that it is a decision that, and I wouldn't work with a client on that if they felt too much guilt for doing it. I wouldn't necessarily work with a client on that felt that if you were a client that was about your shit, and you like, this motherfucker messing with my money, this motherfucker messing with my nigga, your ex, whoever it is, whoever that person is. That's very disrespectful. It is. It's disrespectful. I don't care what's going on. I don't care I don't care who you're dating and what their circumstances is. Mind your business. That's a I guys, I have a pet peeve that y'all know I don't get in people's business. People let me in their business because you know what I'm saying, but I don't just go looking, ooh, I need something to smell. Ooh, ooh, I got to get in somebody's business. I ain't never been like that because you know what? Curiosity killed the cat. Y'all ever heard that saying? Curiosity killed the cat. You gotta and you can be curious about things, but when it comes to people business, it's probably the best thing for you to do for you to just mind your own business from here on out. Anybody that's doing that, first of all, if you are being nosy and then you're purposely manipulating people's lives, you probably are possessed by a demon. Just saying. You probably are under possession anyway, and you're in danger. Being under possession of the wrong shit can put you in danger. At any moment, I can be possessed by Lilith or Hecate. There's no danger in that at all. But being possessed by certain entities, absolutely, that's very dangerous. That's not a good thing for you at all. You might want to back that thing all the way up. Rethink that. Let me go back and look at you know but there's some people that I don't know, they think the magic that's on this coincides. All right, guys, I'm back. Sorry, but oh, is my sound gone? Am I here? Okay, I'm good. I'm back, y'all. I had to text. I didn't even realize that I had a client that had texted me. I probably would have realized it if that person wouldn't call in private and leaving voicemails. So you guys can contact me. I gotta go. I gotta get back with the client real quick. I didn't realize that she had texted me probably like over 30 minutes ago. Guys, I am here to make sure that you don't hurt no more because I'm tired of y'all hurting. You know what I'm saying? That's why I'm here. Whatever I can do to relieve your pain and to ease your mind, that's what I'm here for. Okay. And so it's very therapeutic. Okay. That kind of work. Very, very different. And like I said, there can be other um there can be it doesn't necessarily have to result in that person's death is what I want to tell y'all. Okay, so it doesn't necessarily have to result in that, but it depends. It could result on that. It depends on what spirits see that person is causing or doing in the future. And, causing people to lose money or business. Spirit sees you as a threat, and you can be put under death magic at any time because you're threatening somebody's personal health and safety. And then, especially those of you that do black magic, because you, for some reason, I don't know what it is. It's weird. We're not even gonna worry about that. We're not gonna address anything that they have done anymore. We ain't even gonna speak it because I'm telling y'all, and I felt it last night when I went out to take the trash out. I felt Lilith. I felt Lilith. So I'm gonna upload a tribute video for her, for Lilith, because you can. I don't know if anybody else. I'm gonna have to look this up. I'm gonna have to see if anybody else is for some reason connecting with Lilith heavily, because I think that things were just really tipped off balance way too. Oh God, no, evil was raining last week, and it's been raining for like the past 6 weeks, and now it's just, it's just it's curtains. It's time to do a curtain call on all that evil, and go ahead and bury it and let it rest, and put it where it belongs so that people can get on with their lives. Okay. And that's what it's all about. It doesn't feel bad. It doesn't, because a lot of people feel like, oh, I'm gonna feel bad. I'm gonna feel horrible. No, you're not. Okay. And I'm an extremely loving person, but I would rather, if you had some I don't want to say schizo, if you have some weird, crazy, neurotic, crazy going on, and you just want to live in peace. Hey, I know that for me, I would, right now, I could use a back rub, and definitely need some kind of foot massage, some kind of deep tissue lower back massage. And so those things tend to wear on the soul, and here's another thing I want y'all to trip on for a second. Here's another thing. Listen to this. If somebody's trying to eliminate love from you, but at the same time they're treating you like shit, what do you think that they are trying to do to you? What do you think they're trying to do to you, really? God, that's a lot of neglect. That's just like saying you can't have any comfort or happiness at all. No support. Can you imagine what that could do to a person? What it could do? Okay, now I've been dealing with that myself. I had been dealing with it, but imagine what it has done to people. It's horrible, especially when you see some of these narcissistic parents. Oh my God. The fact that you turned out this, wonderful person that can talk to people, the fact that you turned out okay pisses them off, because they meant to fuck you up. They meant to fuck up your mind, your body, and your spirit. And some of them have fucked up your body. You can fix a lot of that with magic. Uh huh. Okay. So, that just is what it is. When people do some of the stuff they do, I mean, literally, sometimes my jaw drops. I'm like, oh, what? You know what I'm saying? With some of the stuff that people do to people, and they don't even care. And then, man, I done seen some of these women out here that they'll just break up your relationship and they really don't even want your nigga. They just want you to break up with them. So they move on to the next one because, clearly they're under demonic possession. So luckily, a lot of us haven't dealt with that. You know what I'm saying? But what we are dealing with is it's that energy because you know how they say first impressions or lasting impressions. So for me, I'm a fighter, but then again, I'm a lover. I'm a lover and a fighter. Okay. And so if I'm defending myself from some unfair shit and people are making it look like I am the problem and they playing that game and they playing that game over and over again, then it's time to clean house. Because one day y'all gonna look up and you're gonna say, gosh, and then when you get 40, you get even hornier. So a lot of that's why they come over your thumbs and down because they don't want to talk about sex. They hate sex. They're asexual. There's asexual lesbians that's running around here, and then there's asexual homosexuals, and they just when they see a man and a woman together, and it makes them want to puke. They have some sort of disdain towards it. I'd say that that's demonic possession, but they'll say that I'm crazy and stupid. I don't know what the hell I'm talking about. But everybody needs that. Everybody does. Everybody needs that. Men need women, women need men. So what are we going to do? People that are creating disharmony and discord in your specific relationship, okay? Uh, you know, and I'm not talking about like some people will do death magic on you if you fuck with them one time. I ain't even gonna lie to you. It's some witches out there. They will put your ass somewhere, and you don't want them to do that. That's why I don't mess around like that. I don't. I don't mess around like that. Unless I'm planning on stealing your man, then I'll fight you over him. But that's another that's another subject. If I felt like your man was worth it, then I would definitely try to steal him from you and not try to. I would definitely do it and succeed. I've never been that type of woman. I've never slept with any of my friends' man. Never. Because I have honor and decency and respect. Okay. And now it again, death magic on a person that does that, it depends. It depends on who they are. You know what I'm saying? You want to find out who they boss is. You got to find out who they boss is because that's who you want to go for. You don't want to go for the agents because they're just, they don't have no power. They really don't. The power that they have is not coming from their own power. It's coming from the narcissistic demon or whatever demonic entity is, pulling the puppet string. So, they're powerless. But the people that do have power, those are the ones that have tapped into that etheric realm. And, I've seen devastation, um, especially if, um, especially in love relationships, I've seen devastation, people killed, people, you know what I'm saying? And because of the interference in my love life, for years, the black magic, I was literally sitting at home with the father of my children one night and my uncle calls the police to my house. Literally nothing was going on. Nothing. They were just over at my grandmother's house drinking and got a little overzealous because literally it was very quiet evening. Nothing was going on. And so that's just an example of the things that I've been through. And this was like 18 years ago when this happened. But those kind of people, they will put a pattern in your life. They being nosy. They trying to find out what the fuck you doing. who you fucking, tell them that you gonna fuck them. Say, oh, you want to know who I'm fucking? Well, I'm gonna fuck you. I can't stand nosy people, and I can't stand them nasty ass perverted men in y'all family that's looking at y'all booty and they want to hit and they purposely saying weird shit to your dates and stuff. That's why that's why I don't fuck around at all. Because I was like, if I stay around somebody, I'm gonna hurt somebody. Added to all of this stress, added to you're going there's like months and gaps in between when you're having sexual intercourse. So added with that, you're sexually frustrated at the same time. You do the math. Right? You talk about some fucking Kundalini rising. There it is. On a moody ass Monday. I ain't even moody, y'all. I'm actually in a very good mood. But as I talk about this topic, I am being led by spirit. So there's definitely a spirit that is leading this topic, and it's not a lower level spirit. It's not. It's I believe that it's Lilith because I've been working with Lilith and Hecate all night. Okay. And that's another thing that spirit is tired of. They like, oh my God, this girl still like Jamila, what the hell is going on? Tends to cut down on the amount of work that you have to do too. You know what I'm saying? All right, y'all. I'm gonna go because I gotta follow up with my client about something important. Um, thank you for watching. If you're watching through the playback, hit that thumbs up. If you have an opinion of me that is bad because of this, I want to say this as a disclaimer. You know the saying that it's better to have love and lose it than to ever have love at all. Well, I want y'all to try that. I want y'all to just try it. I want y'all to try loneliness and isolation. That's what I want y'all to try for no reason except for somebody else. That's what makes them feel comfortable is for you to be isolated and lonely forever. And you do the math when you are here and you are able to make a difference, you better use that magic. And I wouldn't give a fuck of y'all. Can I tell y'all something before I go? Stop caring about people more than they care about you. They're doing those things because they don't care about you. If they cared, they wouldn't have done it. There wouldn't have been no schemes, no scams, no plots if they cared about you. So fucking find the will and the strength within yourself to say, fuck that. It's going to be you before it's me. Because you ever heard of people dying of a broken heart? I deal with people every day that are dying of a broken heart and I have to cleanse them. So I know how that feels. I've been dealing with clients, female clients, all weekend, all since last week. Okay, just heavily, you know what I'm saying, and just seeing the pattern and stuff of what's going on. So y'all know where I'm at if y'all need to reach me. Love and light, peace and blessings to you guys. Do what you got to do, okay? And don't feel bad for it. Take your life back, and I will see y'all later. Have a happy week. Um, And oh, happy new moon, by the way, guys. We're at the new moon's eve. So, yes, so y'all know that we're going to have some spells popping off over here. I might do a spell video. Okay. Mm-hmm. Oh, we got somebody that's in here at the tail end wants to question me. Boop. There you go. All right, guys. I'll see y'all later. Love and light.